You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. You are welcome, holy welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you are. No more hiding tears, no more covering scars. You are welcome, holy welcome. You are welcome here, just the way you want to be. Bring your deepest hopes and all your wildest dreams. There's something in the air, a dream of life in love, with minds that rest in prayer, sparking joy we're in awe. No matter where your path has been or time will somehow flies, like souls will come home again. True friendship ever thrives. Is this where the magic happens? Can you feel the farce revealed right now in you and me? The secret is wherever we are. There's something in a smile that can turn a day around. Moments so worthwhile when we find common ground. No matter what the day might bring, right here we can align, knowing that we will be seen as perfect, whole, divine. This is where the magic happens. Let's feel all the hearts, from close to me and me to you. The secret is wherever we are. So meet me where the magic happens, feeling all the hearts ignited now in you and me. The secret is wherever, the secret is whenever, the secret is together we are.
Good morning, my friends. This is Marina Anderson. I'm your host today, and we welcome you to our service on this beautiful December 29th Sunday, the Sunday between Christmas and New Year's. We hope that all of uh, your holidays, whether it be Christmas or Kwanzaa or Hanukkah or however you celebrate, we hope that it was joyous for you. I would like to share with you our purpose, which is to teach, love, teach, guide, and support a spiritual community in creating and living a life they love using science of mind and spirit principles and practices. Our vision that we are sitting with and making manifest is that Center for Spiritual Living St. George is a community focused center, actively living, sharing, and nurturing its members and friends so that all may live their best life. And the ways in which we hope to and are working on fulfilling our mission of being an open, inclusive, and evolving spiritual community that supports its vision, purpose, and vision through sacred wisdom celebrations like today, empowering transformative education like the classes that Reverend Joe and now Reverend Rachel are offering and will offer, youth and young adult programs that will unfold as we get our own place and as we learn to attract the youngsters in the community. A dynamic music ministry through Alan and Donnie Lee and David Jorgensen, who share our music, and through community inreach and community outreach. So reaching out within our community and outside of our community in the greater St. George, Washington County area. So again, I'm Marina Anderson, and I'm teching and hosting. And I'm also subbing for our beloved Barb Davis, who is going to be doing the reading today. But Barb finds herself with some sort of flu. So we send you much healing energy, Barb, and rest well, my friend. And I will just do a short poem in her stead. Our invocation is Bill Smith, one of our practitioners. Our music, as usual, is Mr. Alan Stanley. And three of our practitioners, Bill, Stephanie, and Sue, will be doing our talk today. I really look forward to a conversation with them. They always do such a great job. So, all right. So I'm now going to bring on Mr. Alan Stanley.
Good morning, Marina.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Hey, I think I will. Take it away. Oh, sorry. I kind of got carried away. So we'll start off with a Daniel Namad song and called Get Ready. Welcome, sing along, hum along, and then we'll break right in the middle and Bill will say a little prayer for us, and then we'll come back and finish it off. So sit back, relax, and welcome home. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I've ever done, everything I've ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to this present moment. Here, new beginning. Here, and I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul.
I'm diving into the last invocation of the year. So I invite you to join me in an affirmative prayer. So as we start and begin this last ceremony and celebration of life and of God together, I know that we are in the presence of the one, that one all powerful, all seeing, all present being that we call God, that we call Spirit. And regardless of the name, I know that this force is part of me and is a part of everyone who is within the sound of my voice. So I know that today's service is a blessing. I know that that Marina's words, Alan's music, and the message that comes from the practitioners is clear as a bell and just rings through me and in every way possible, and just adds to the number of aha and dive in moments that have been this year of 2024. And I know that today's message and today's celebration of this life, of this spirit, is no exception. And it rings clear and it rings true. So I just release my word, knowing that it is all good and it is all God. And so it is.
So it is. Thank you, Bill.
You're welcome.
Here I go. Try that again. Here I go. Deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go. Closer, closer, closer than my sacred soul. Here I go. Deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go. Closer, closer, closer than my sacred soul. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul. Now, Marina's back.
Yeah, lovely, Alan. I love that song.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I am back again. I have, as I said before, I'm subbing for Barb Davis today. Again, many blessings for rest and healing, Barb. We miss having your face here, and we'll schedule you another time. All right. So I just have a little brief poem for you today. So take a deep breath and sit back. If I could give you many things, I'd give you gold and silver rings of knowledge that I've gained with years, the gift of smiling through the tears, confidence, courage, determination, laughter and spirit and love of creation, all wrapped up in a box with a bow. I'd give to you these gifts to keep for as long as you live. If I could give you just two things, one would be roots, the other wings. Roots not to tie you to the ground, but to guide you to where your fulfillment is found. The nourishing start, the firm foundation, the source of your inner determination. Wings to soar over obstacles, wings to fly free, wings to glide to the heights of the best you can be. And when obstacles loom, from your roots grow a hand, providing a strong, sturdy, safe place to land. I'd choose these two things for the gifts that are best. For with roots and with wings, you'll find all the rest. Okay. All righty then. Let's bring Mr. Allen back up.
I'm back. Great choice, Marina. Thank you.
You bet.
Great choice. And again, sing along. These shoes I've worn thin, and the dust that covers them gives a clue to where I've been. But now I've returned to a hope that nurtures me, and the love has remedied from all the lies and doubts and the shame that seemed unending. Now I'm awakening. I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return in the glory of our oneness, flourishing, fearless, free, and fully comforted. Quietly I stand and sing. I have returned. Day after day, there are many paths to choose. Some we win and some we lose. Still all lead to one where the hearts that tarry there believe in love beyond compare. Finally, I trust your embrace and give thanks for the journey here. Yes, I'm awakening. I stand and sing. I return to the source of my creation, opening to my place of transformation. Now I see love lives in me. I return to the glory of our oneness, flourishing, free and fully conscious, mightily I stand and sing. I have returned. I have returned. I have returned.
Again, beautiful choice, Alan. I was here singing at the top of my lungs.
Hey, I heard you right across the way there.
Yeah, good thing I was muted. Let's just say that. All righty. Thanks, Alan. All right, Mr. Bill.
Hello, Marina. How are you this morning?
I am good. Bill is our first practitioner of the morning, and I welcome you and look forward to the talk that you and your cohort presents today.
Thank you. Looking forward to it. All right. Well, welcome to the last celebration of the year for 2024. And you know, if you've been following along at home, you know that we've been experiencing a grand rising. That's been our theme for the year. And in December, we've been talking about sticking the landing, which is a kind of a throw off to gymnastics and how every gymnast wants to end their performance on a high note and just stick the landing, no stumbles and that sort of thing. So we're metaphorically bringing the year to a close, actually both metaphorically and actually. And in this sticking the landing concept this month, we've used elements of like air and fire and water and light and consciousness, like thought and feeling and form and wisdom. You know, all these things that we've tried to kind of bring them all together into one to wrap the year up and present and prepare for the next year. Like in first week, Reverend Joe talked about standing on solid air and how everything moves from thought into form. Week 2, he came back and talked about hearts ablaze, how our feeling heart is the true power, you know, in life. And in week 3, we talked about the flowing ground, the relationship between thoughts and things. In week 4, Reverend Rachel came in and talked about discussed the incredible light of being and the many celebrations of light in our world, you know, particularly this time of year. Today, as practitioners, we're going to talk about expanding at the top, and you know that was one of Ernest Holmes' favorite expressions. Is that we want to be open at the top. So we're going to talk about expanding at the top, and what may be arising from us both now and in the future. Talking about 2025, which is, you know, a couple days around the corner. First of all, Stephanie's going to go. And she's going to look at, you know, again, 2 of Ernest Holmes' favorite topics, open at the top and grounded in a foundation of scientific principles.
Thank you, Bill.
So,
it's an
Stephanie,
honor.
are you?
Yeah, I'm here.
There?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, and I was going to say yes, I can. And one of the interesting things about today's session is that I'm coming to you from Southern California, and Stephanie's coming all the way from Hawaii. So, Stephanie, good to see you, and I'll turn it over to you now. So,
all right, thank you, Bill, and I can't wait to hear your ending. All right, here we go. Open at the top. one of my favorite subjects in science of mind. So what I'm going to open with is I'm innocent, completely innocent. There isn't anything else that I am. There are things that I'm experiencing, but it's not who I am. Experience is one thing, but it doesn't define you. It doesn't define me. And the only way that I have found for me to really believe that I am innocent is that I've learned to see it in everything and everyone that I meet. And in order to do that, you have to give up judgment completely. I know this is a hard thing to do. And you wonder, how's that going to help in the world am I just doing a blind ear, or sight to everything I see? No. But you do clear inside you any judgments you have against it. Because there is only one mind. And this is what science of mind and spirit teaches. There's only one mind. There's no conflict in that mind. None whatsoever. There is only love, peace, joy. Good things come from that mind. So the kind of what I see it like in Kauai is that it rains a lot, okay? But the sun shines at the same time. How can that happen? You can see the sun rays coming down through the rain. You can actually see the sun appearing in one eye, and the other eye it's raining, and you can see the rainbow effect that has on the rain. Something is already there. The sun is already there. It's already there. It's just like you. Your high self is always present. It is unchangeable. You don't have any say about that. All you have a say about is what you experience. And so what do you choose to experience? Right now, I don't need anything because I have everything. If I come from that point of view that I have everything, then I can just allow it to appear for me because there is something on board, my own higher self. What is that? It's my spirit. It's the one undeniable. I can never change it, changeless. It's my perfection. It's your perfection. So when I'm looking at experiences out in the world, I understand now. Oh, they're having an experience. I get that. And I can bless them in their experience. But I don't have to blame them, shame them, guilt them, or anything like that because I've already cleared that inside me. So there isn't a hierarchy and open at the top. There is only perfection, which is already present, and you are grounded in it, whether you believe it or not. We are all grounded in spirit. That's something we cannot change, no matter what we do in this life. It doesn't give you license to do things, but it does give you a grounding point. Wait a minute. There's something else here. I can sometimes feel it in my gut. So knowing this provides a strength for creative thinking, but not for right doing. It doesn't really say you have to do things. There's a right way and a wrong way. There's just an experience of whatever you choose. And then knowing is the result of that, because once you've had the experience, you know what happened, right? So in today's topic, open at the top, there's a feeling that's experienced as stable, true knowledge. It knows all things. I can rely on it. It's changeless. It's creative. Knowing, however, isn't open to interpretation. Knowing is knowing. It's not believing that it's going to happen. It's the experience, which is what awakening is leading us to. Experiencing our own higher selves in total command around us and seeing through the eyes of love, because that's what that is. So it's when I don't recognize the truth in another. In that moment, I then stop recognizing God and I feel lost. So the only way to get back to that is, it's something that I've been working with the A Course in Miracles. And there is a statement that says, I am the Holy Son of God. When I think of that spirit, that unchangeable portion of me, that's what I think of. I am the Holy Son of God. And I desire that for everyone to see that, because there's no separation in that. It's not changing from person to person. My high self is different than your high self. No, it's one self. There's only one mind in the science of mind. Well, let's say creation is my source and my only function. That's another Course in Miracles thing. And in Science of Mind, we are individualized expressions of the infinite, never-ending beingness. We are in truth unlimited. So what's infinitely open at the top and grounded in principle within each one of us at the same time? What is that? I'm going to tell you what I think it is, or what I believe it is, what I've kind of experienced it as. But if you have comments, put it in the bottom of the comment tray on YouTube or Facebook, whatever, wherever you're at. What does it mean to you to be grounded in principle, grounded in something, anything, grounded? What does it mean to be grounded and open at the top? My answer is freedom. So it's freedom of all judgments, freedom of all experience, allowing experience, but freedom from defining it as me. God's will is freedom. That's what it is. It's nothing else. There's nothing God wants from you. God is freedom, and that is all. So I know my will is God's will, because if I come from my own higher being, my own high self, that is God. That's not separate from God. That is God. And so when my will becomes God's will, it's like I don't seek the kingdom of heaven anymore. I will it to be. I will the kingdom of heaven, and it is done. So today, I just leave you with knowing that as you work on this, as you Feel any feeling that's coming up. It's just a blessing in a way. A feeling is like, whether it's good, bad, or whatever, it is the feeling. Don't try and shove it away. Ask, okay, I feel this. What can I do with this? What is it trying to tell me? Because it's not judging you. A feeling is directing you to go within, to let go of some belief that has held you back. And it is taken care of in an instant, not by you, but it's lifted by your own holy high self, God. And so I'm going to end my talk and pass it over to Sue.
Thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm really happy to join our practitioner team today. And I thank Bill for his prayer, and the music by Alan was wonderful. And Marina, thank you for stepping in for the reading. And Bill's introduction was short and sweet and right to the point. Such a good job. And thank you, Stephanie. You opened the topic for today really well. And here she's giving her comments from the Garden Island of Kauai. It's amazing to me what this technology can do. And I'm home here in St. George. We say in CSL that we are open at the top, and we're looking at how to extend that opening today. It's one thing to be open. It's another to expand into that openness. And as I was told as a teenager, it's another thing to have such an open mind that your brains fall out. I was warned about that. Don't let it be too open. So our spiritual expansion is often limited by two things. The first one is fear. Fear that we will lose what we have. I can give you a personal experience about this. I've had some secrets for most of my life. Nothing real spicy. I kept my spiritual experiences secret because I was afraid that I would be judged or laughed at, looked at as too woo-woo. I have been blessed with the gift of perception. I am an oracle. I see past life memories. I brought forward to this life the memory of events from other times or dimensions. When I began experiencing this as a young person, I, first of all, didn't know what I was seeing, and it wasn't talked about in my family or in my church, so I kept it to myself. Do you ever think if I say this or if I do that, they might not like me anymore, or they might think I'm weird? I still feel that way sometimes. It goes way back. I got some criticism from my family as I was growing up for being different. I was religious and spiritual in a home where that was made fun of. I never talked about seeing other lives, but when I would share some of my other unusual experiences, like I see dead people, and my mom would say, "Oh, Susie, you scare me." So that closed me down for many years. I decided to confront my fear and share my experiences publicly. It was just last year at this time at the Burning Bowl ceremony that I decided I was not playing small anymore, that there would be a grand rising when I start to write my book. And I just submitted my manuscript to the publisher on December 15th. Yay! Just 2 weeks ago. Now, I feel that my whole life is open at the top and expanding rapidly. So when we are constricted from fear, we are holding back from expanding. What secrets are you holding? How are you restricting your expansion? The other thing that restricts our expansion is that we don't know how. I didn't know how to write a book. Once I made the decision and asked for help from Spirit, opportunities came into my life to direct me. The saying, the what is ours, the how is God's, reminds us that the law knows how and the law knows good. Our part is to expand our vision of what good looks like. CSL has a mission to create a world that works for all. What does a world of love that truly works for all feel like and look like? We may have no idea how, but there is an infinite intelligence that does know how if we're willing to tap into the mind, that one mind. So what if it's never happened before? Principle is not bound by precedent. Don't get lost in perfectionism. You don't have to do everything right now. You don't have to write your book just because I did. You don't have to compare yourself to anyone. I loved what Chris Alexander said in our December Science of Mind magazine in the daily guides. The life you live right now is the perfect one, even in all of its imperfect, messy, simple, boring glory. You don't have to save every bee, climb all the mountains, check everything off an infinite bucket list, attend every event you get invited to, or constantly pursue your dreams to be living on purpose. The flow of the divine life is always expanding. When we get scared or fail to see the path, we step out of the flow and get lost. But the flow is always available to us to step back in. It's not over. It's not even over with this life. Life continues. Just ask me. It is a gift to understand that everything begins in mind and that the universe is a place of life, love, light, power, peace, beauty, and joy, abundantly expressing. Our consciousness changes our circumstances. Let us share this great gift with the world. We have such a blessing with religion science. Let's not just keep it for ourselves. Take it out in every way, in every form, into a world that hungers for it. We each have a gift. We each have a talent that we can share and share what we know. I would like you to consider with me 3 questions that are based on today's topic. Number 1, what is my spiritual evolution calling forward in my life? How am I responding? What fears, beliefs, or reluctance keep me from expanding at the top? And number 3, what can I do to shake up my complacency? How can I become more willing to be open at the top and expand into a great adventure? Perhaps there is a fear you can release and put your energy into a worthy intention for this new year. I would like to end by quoting Steve Farrell from Humanity's Team. He said, as the holiday lights sparkle across the world, we are reminded of the universal threads that bind us: love, hope, gratitude, and the profound joy of connection. Whether you are celebrating Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Yule, Bodhi Day, or simply the quiet beauty of this season, we come together as one global family in the spirit of unity and light. So I want to wish you a happy new year and namaste. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue.
Oh, yes.
That was wonderful.
Thank you, Bill.
Here I am. Oh, and I wish you a happy new year as well. Thank you for all your service this year. It has been truly a wonderful year, and it's been my pleasure to serve with you. So So
Thank you. A lot of blessings.
All right. Yeah, here we are on the victory lap, the final lap of the year. And it has been a truly miraculous year, at least from my perspective. There's been so many high points to dwell on and celebrate. And for me, one of those high points was when our leadership team did a book study. We did a discussion of Reverend David Alexander's new book called Freedom from Discord, The Promise of New Thought Liberation Theology. Yeah, it's kind of a mouthful, but basically the book highlighted the long, extensive history of New Thought in the liberation of oppressed or marginalized peoples, and whether this is the course of action that CSL, and we're talking about CSL in this standpoint from the corporate or nationwide standpoint, or should be involved in, whether or not that we should be involved in that, or are focused on really. And it sparked some pretty interesting and retrospective discussions within our team. And while there's not a consensus or a direction within our local leadership or from CSL, the CSL mothership, one of the tenets, which direction we're really going to go with this, one of the tenets of the book that I found particularly interesting was that no one is free until all are free. And that kind of struck me. And it suggests that as we become grounded in spiritual principles, we have a responsibility or even a privilege to share with others along the spiritual path as those needs present themselves. And you may recall last week that in our in-person service, whether you were there or you watched it online, I shared a reading from Eric Butterworth's book, In the Flow of Life. And I think it's interesting that's kind of been my area of focus the last month or so is flow. And I think it's interesting that Sue went to flow as well. But I do think it is such an important concept in spirit. But anyway, so I was talking about the flow of life, his book, and in a chapter later on in the book, he discussed the wellspring of giving, and he offered a riddle that I found very intriguing. So a cup comes to and here's the riddle, by the way. So a cup comes to a faucet for water. And the faucet opens up and lets the water flow forth, filling the cup. Perfect, right? So has the faucet given to the cup? Or has the faucet been involved in receiving from its source, with the cup merely cooperating in the process? Is the cup simply receiving water? Or is it actually giving by being receptive to a process whereby the faucet may receive more? It's a great question, and it's not important really to determine a right or a wrong answer, only to keep asking the question and look at the relationship between every one of us as we give and we receive. Whether it's outer centered or whether it's inner centered. Let me explain. If you see a need and you give out of obligation or sympathy or duty, your giving is outer centered. And there's nothing wrong with that. And outer centered giving is sometimes needed. But on the other hand, if when you see a need, you turn to the realization of the all sufficiency of God, and then you give not just to the need, but from the consciousness of divine supply, then your giving is inner centered. It's kind of a subtle distinction, but knowing this process and acting on it is one of the most important insights in effective living, in my opinion. One of my favorite sayings concerning the science of mind our teaching, is that it is one of the best kept secrets in the world. That there's so many people starving for this kind of a thought process and a teaching and a following, that it's amazing that it's not more well known. I also like to think that it's one of the more valuable teachings in this world. And I think this dichotomy is at least partially explained by the fact that, we don't proselytize. We don't actively recruit new people to our movement. And I think it can also be because in a region in southern Utah that is somewhat dominated by Christian theology, science of mind views may be seen as heretical or highly different, and we personally, sometimes I don't feel comfortable sharing them with others. That being said, and back to the original premise of sharing this spiritual path with others, I'd like to offer a few suggestions. First of all, when we see a need, we should remain grounded in principle as we serve that need. When we not be giving advice. When we see a need, we should be supporting the expansion of spiritual awareness and expression. When we see a need, we should never act from a position of outer centeredness. No ego, no sympathy, no duty. When we see a need, we should act from a position of inner centeredness, from the consciousness of divine supply. When we see a need, we should recognize that instead of giving, we are giving way to the flow of all sufficiency through us. When we see a need, we should see ourselves not as the giver, but as in the case of the faucet, as receiving from source. So as we prepare to move forward to 2025, where our new theme of the year will be rising higher and growing deeper. All three of today's themes will be important, not just for us. Well, today's affirmation is, I create exciting new ways to experience and express spirit. I say yes to life. Now I'll close with a closing prayer. I invite you to join me. So knowing that as we come together for this last Sunday, this last celebration of 2024, I just know that we do so in the presence of the One, knowing that the One that has brought us together every Sunday of this year and led us through this somewhat tumultuous year and exciting year, that I know that this One resides in each and every one of us. And I know that each and every one of us has benefited from what has transpired this year. I know that as I have traversed this year, I know that I have had opportunities to expand and grow, and I am so grateful for that. I am grateful for the opportunity to look forward to a new year of expansion and growth and learning and becoming more and expanding and becoming more and more open at the top. So I just know that as this year flows into next year, that those opportunities prevail. I am grateful for this knowing. I am grateful for this year that has passed, and I'm grateful for the opportunity of the upcoming year. I just know that it is right, and it is so. And I release my word to the law of God, knowing that it is done. And so it is.
Oh, thank you, Bill. That was real. I have to say that I really loved the riddle that you shared.
It's a good one, isn't it? Yeah.
It is a good one, and I'm gonna give some really big thought to that. It couples with the Rumi line that I love, that you're not just a drop in the ocean, but you're the ocean in a drop.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
it really kind of pairs with that really well. But the whole faucet and cup just really, I can just so relate to it, and it expresses beautifully my experience when I feel in alignment with the Creator.
And allowing that flow to happen. Right.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. And sometimes, I say things and go, wait, who said that? Or somebody will say, oh, that was good. What did you say? I don't know. I don't know where that came from. So I love it. Thank you.
All right.
So blessings, Bill.
Thank you.
And I would really love to thank all three practitioners. What a beautiful collaboration that was in presenting the topic today of expanding at the top, and honing in on our principles, and how we use that to live a deeply spiritual life, which is so in alignment with our vision as a center. So thank you, all three of you. I would love to encourage all of you to join that flow that we were talking about, and the of abundant prosperity, as well as not just in funds, but in all ways that energy and love and light flow through our lives. We are so grateful for your participation in our center's prosperity, and we, as you know, if you've been hanging around a while, we share that prosperity with different organizations in our community, as well as in the community of Washington County, Southern Utah, and also with the greater CSL organization. So we take a portion of what we receive from you, and we pass it on like the cup, overflowing. So you are our part of our source as well. So thank you for being a part of that. And I will share with you this offering affirmation to hold in your heart as you share your offering in whatever way you do that. I am overflowing with love and abundance. I give from the source of my being, which is rich and unlimited. With joy and excitement, I share from this overflow. In return, the universe gives back to me in infinite ways, channels, and means. And so it is. So 2 affirmations today. Okay, so our next in-person service is January 12th, the first of 2 for January, and the theme will be making space for it. Prayer requests are always a welcome. Our practitioners are always on the job and willing to accept your requests and hold you in prayer, and contact you if that is what is needed. So you can email the main email, or you can go to our website and click on an individual practitioner if you like. There's also yes, so we'll leave it at that. So whether you would like to share in joyous celebration or if you have a question on your mind that you need spiritual support with, please contact us, and our practitioners will contact you and hold you in prayer. We are still accepting applications for the Core Council. We do have some applications. I'm so grateful to those people for applying, and we will be interviewing them after the new year. And but if you would like to lend your name and application into the process, just email us, and we will get you that application. So we're so excited to be adding some new voices and new energy and new efforts to our Core Council. As you know, if you, again, have been with us before, the Zoom conversation happens today at noon in about 4 minutes. So we'll get going here. And if at any time, if you have questions or comments, feel free to email revjo@cslstgeorge.org. The next 2 weeks, on the 5th, our Reverend Joe. On the 5th is God's Nature is Our Nature. And on the 12th, in person, Making Space for It. So look forward to those topics. All right, I am going to bring everybody up here, and we are going to share in the closing affirmation. So 3 affirmations, it turns out. And we will, if I hit the right button here, there we go. All right. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
It is this thing called life.
Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in all that I do.
I am it, I embrace it, and I share it.
Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is becoming. Thank
Thank
you.
you, life. All right.
Thank you, life.
Right. Well, thank you, everybody, for being here today. Happy New Year in a couple days. And blessings to all.
Zoom, zoom.
Yes.
Happy New Year.